You have a new single coming out?
I do. It's coming out July the 7th, and it's a song I wrote called I Think It's Jesus.
And what is that about?
Well, if you have a moment, I'm going to tell you a really cool story. I took my daughter to see Brooks and Dunn in Nashville, and Ronnie Dunn sang Red Dirt Road, and all of a sudden when he said, "That's where I found Jesus."
Down that red dirt road, it's where I drank my first beer. It's where I found Jesus.
In that song, I got a lump in my throat, and I thought, that's weird. And then I got real emotional when he sang "I Believe," and everybody around me started getting chills and, feeling really emotional about that, of course. And I thought, what is that? Everybody has that same unique thing that goes on. And then I'm noticing also that I'm seeing a lot of numbers and consecutiveness and a lot of white feathers where no birds are around. And a lot of times people will see a red bird if they're thinking about their loved one that might have passed. And there's a connection with all of that. And this song, I decided to write that what is that connection? And it all led me back to thinking that, I think it could be Jesus. So I wrote this song, and I pitched it to Dolly Parton, and she wrote me the sweetest letter back and told me how great the song was, and she would be cutting it when she does her first or next gospel album. And it just inspired me to continue with it, and Lori Morgan has already cut it for an upcoming project. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to put my version out this year as a writer and an artist, and just see how people respond to me as a writer. So that's where that came from. It's just kind of a universal question that everybody has, like, why does that happen to everybody?
Have you ever noticed that lump in your throat when you hear certain words in the song someone wrote, or the chills on your arms when you're not even cold? Yeah, something is stirring inside you, way down in your soul. Do you see the same numbers again and again? Find a random white feather where no dove has been. It could be your angels directing you in. When you need answers or guidance in life, it's how they get your attention to know wrong from right. It may be coincidence, might be an accident. You say you don't believe in spiritual things, but I do. It's universal, friends. I've seen it time and time again. It's the way that He sends signs to us. Yeah, I think it's Jesus. When you see that coin in a strange place, set a penny from heaven right in front of your face, I believe He talks to us in all sorts of ways. Yeah, some may think it's mysterious, but I think it's Jesus. It may be coincidence, might be an accident. You say you don't believe in spiritual things, but I do. It's universal, friends. I've seen it time and time again. It's the way that He sends signs to us. Yeah, I think it's Jesus. Have you ever lost someone that you love so dear? Just thinking of them brings you to tears, and out of the blue a red bird appears. Yeah, it might be them, hey, I don't really know, but it brings me great comfort down here below. It may be coincidence, might be an accident. You say you don't believe in spiritual things, but I do. It's universal, friends. I've seen it time and time again. It's the way that He sends signs to us. Some don't take this serious. I'm no longer curious, 'cause I know it's Jesus. Yeah, I know it's Jesus. Hey, I know it's Jesus.
When did you start singing and writing music?
Oh my goodness. I started writing when I was 6 years old. I remember writing a song about Delta Dawn faucets when I was in the bathtub one time. But I was always raised around, Conway Twitty was my dad's boss from the time I was 1 year old till he passed. So I was always around the music business and never thought about anything but being a singer. I just loved the road. I loved the passion of singing music and hearing fans enjoy it back to you. And I don't know, it's just always been in my blood, so I can't remember really not wanting to be in the music business.
What was that noise?
My dog,
Okay.
She loves her little squeaky toy. I'll
right.
get that up.
Oh no, I love it. I wish it was louder. So your cover of "How Can You Mend a Broken Heart" is just amazing. Like, what was it like? What was it like singing with Olivia Newton-John?
Well, surreal. It was kind of fluky how that actually came about. She and I were friends. We'd met through Barry Gibb, which sounds weird as a name dropper kind of thing, but I've been friends with him and his family for many years. And he didn't tell me that he had invited her to come along and sing with him at a diabetes foundation we were at with him. And she just came and sat down next to me and started chatting like we'd known each other for years. And I was like so impressed with her, and I didn't think I'd ever see her again. But the next day at the Gibbs house, she showed up for lunch, and we just had a lot in common. We were both breast cancer survivors, both mothers, both singers and writers, and just got along great. Became really close girlfriends, and I actually went to Australia with Barry and her, which that's surreal in itself. That's like traveling with royalty in Australia, you know. But I heard them sing that song as a duet, and I thought, gosh, that's beautiful. And it just struck in my soul how cool that was as a duet. So a few months later, she called me and she said, "Hey, are you recording any new songs?" And I said, "Well, I'm sorry about my dog. She goes crazy when I get on the phone." She said, "Are you recording any new songs?" Because I'd been recording several albums that have like classic songs, like old soul kind of songs. And she said, "I love those albums. I play them for my dinner parties. Are you doing any new ones?" And I said, "Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm in the middle of doing one right now. Why don't you come sing something with me?" I was kidding. I mean, I really didn't think she'd take me serious. And she says, "Sure. What would we sing?" And I'm like, the first thing that came out of my mouth was "How Can You Mend a Broken Heart?" because I'd just seen them singing that. And she said, "Yeah, why don't we just meet in Vegas? I'm going to do a residency out there, and we can meet at the Palms, recording studio." And I'm like, oh my gosh, I just backed myself into a corner. So I went in right away in Nashville and recorded my part of that, and then met her and was able to be in the studio with her. And it was just two girlfriends hanging, singing. But truthfully, underneath it all, I was just pinching myself. It was unbelievable that she would do that for me. She flew in a night early just to do that for me. And her actions spoke way louder than words even. She was just really really a great person.
I can think of younger days when living for my life was everything a girl could want to do. I can never see tomorrow. I was never told about the sorrow. And how can you mend a broken heart? How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go around? And how can you mend this broken man? How can a loser ever win? Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. La da 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 da. I can still feel the breeze that rustles through the trees, and misty memories of days gone by. We can never see tomorrow, and no one said a word about the sorrow. And how can you mend a broken heart? How can you stop the rain from falling down? How can you stop the sun from shining? What makes the world go round? And how can you mend this broken man? How can a loser ever win? Please help me mend this broken heart and let me live again. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. Please help me mend my broken heart and let me live again. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
And you got to sing with Barry Gibb, who actually wrote Islands in the Stream, which you and TG do. So
Yeah, we actually Barry and I sang that for Kenny Rogers' induction into the Hall of Fame.
Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we rely on each other. From one lover to another.
So that was a really surreal evening too. He Barry and I have been friends for a very long time. We've sung together on many occasions, and I just saw him a couple of weeks ago at his house in Miami. He's just amazing. You would love him. He's a wonderful man.
Baby, when I met you, there was peace unknown. I set out to get you with a fine-tooth comb. I was soft inside. There was something going on. You do something to me that I can't explain. Hold me closer and I feel no pain. Every beat of my heart, we got something going on. Tender love is blind, it requires All this love we feel needs no conversation. We ride it together, making love with each other, Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we'll rely on each other, from one lover to another,
I can't live without you if the love is gone. Everything is nothing if you've got no one, and you're just walking the night, slowly losing sight of the real thing. But that won't happen to us, and we got no doubt. Too deep in love and we got no way out, and the message is clear. This could be the year for the real thing. No more will you cry, baby, I will hurt you never. We started in as one, in love forever. We can ride together, making love with each other, Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one